time to leave your system alone, right? Leave your system. Just either take a walk or take a day off to just rest or do something else. But if you are working under someone and you can't take a day off, what I do a lot of time is I just go and take a shower, then just start scrolling through probably Instagram, looking at amazing pictures or designs, or go to Pinterest and looking at amazing pictures. Another reason why you might have creative block is if you don't know what to design. Let's say they give you a task and you don't know where to start from, you might have creative block from there. And that's where Pinterest and Behance come in, right? You can always go there for inspiration. You can go there even to replicate. As I still replicate a lot of design, a lot. Like this recent design I did, this what's it called? This movie, this fighting poster movie, right? I went on Pinterest and I picked it from there. I picked an idea from there. So creative block can either be you being stressed or you not knowing what to do. If you are stressed, you need to have fun. You know, design is supposed to be fun. And it's only Nigerian clients that make it not fun because they're always stressing you with unnecessary stuff. So make sure you find a way to have fun, right? As I am a gamer. I love gaming a lot. So when I'm stressed, I just go into gaming mode, right? I either play Call of Duty or I play Candy Crush. Candy Crush is very, very stress relieving. So you can try that Pinterest or Behance, scroll through it and get inspiration from there. There's no harm in just stealing like an artist, so to say, right? So I think that can help you.
Can we celebrate him once more? Wow. Wow. I don't know for you personally, but if you are not getting value yet, I think you need to wake up. Because what we are receiving here, you go out there to pay for it, you're going to pay a huge sum of money. So I'm just saying that to make you understand. You don't need to. I'm sorry, we might not be able to take more questions. We are behind schedule, but you could just type your questions and we'll reach out to him, then we'll get back to you, all right? So, thank you so much, the design vendor. Thank you so much. Can we celebrate him? Despite the fact that he was not present here, I gained a lot, and I'm going to be implementing most of the strategies in my business. So, my beloved co-host, what do you feel from this section? What have you learned? What are you going to be doing better?
There was something that stood out to me. The second tip he mentioned, he said indirect skills. That's the skills that your friends or the close ones around you have. You indirectly have those skills too, so you can also make use of those skills. That really stood out to me because I've never really thought of it like, okay, indirect skills. Then another thing that stood out to me is, don't start a conversation with the amount of money you are making. You are going to chase your customers away. Because if you don't build the value behind whatever you want to sell first, if you don't make your customer comfortable with whatever value you are trying to give them, and you just go right in and say, okay, this is the amount that I'm charging for this value, your customers are going to run away.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was actually profound. All right. We're going to be moving over to a very interesting section. Personally, I love this section in any business gathering or summit. And the section involves networking. Can somebody say networking? Come on. Can you say networking? Now, I don't want to waste much of our time. I'll have asked if somebody could define what they understood by networking. Or basically, networking is connecting on an intentional ground with like-minded creatives and businesses and just sharing your details, connecting basically. So we're going to be having a networking section right now. And the importance of networking is most of the times you might not have the opportunity to see some of these faces, you might not have the opportunity to see some of these businesses, and this is an opportunity for you to connect with them. So please, in the next 5 minutes, I would want to stand up and network with at least 2 or 3 people. Quickly, just 2 or 3 people.
You never know, your first clients can be sitting beside you, so
Yes, that's what it said. In the next 2 to 3 minutes, can you quickly? Okay, the person, don't stand up from your seat. The person beside you, just interact with them and get to know about what they do. We have 2 minutes more. 2 minutes, just 2 minutes.
If you know there is anyone that is better than you at probably the skills that you learn, you can walk up to the person to network.
We have 1 minute, 60 seconds more. Seconds more. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, there is another networking session that will be coming up. Don't worry, another one will be coming up. So you guys can continue networking. Somebody say wealth. That's code. Somebody say wealth.
Yes. So right about now, we are going to be having our next speaker. And my God, I'm ready. I am set. Because I know it is one thing to have an online brand, it's another thing to have and run a successful physical brand. And I would want us to clap our hands as I read a biography. She's right here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Clap, keep on clapping, keep on clapping. All right, our next speaker is Kayode Oluwakemi. Stop, don't stop clapping now. Don't stop clapping. Come on. She's the founder of Kemike Signatures, a thriving brand here in Futa, and she's going to be taking us on a very interesting topic that I am eager to learn from, which is business and financial management. Now, with Jesus' joy in our hearts and with us rising up, can we make welcome Kemike as she comes to bless us? Come on, celebrate, celebrate, celebrate.
Praise God. It's good to be back home. This is home. I'm a product of Lifeline, actually.
Hooray!
It's good to be back home. Please let's have our seat. Okay, so this morning I'm privileged to talk to us about business and financial management. I'm not here to come and say this, that. But I'll be using my life as an example. At least I started from pots, and now I have oven, I have industrial mixer and all that. And that's because I was able to keep tabs on my income and not just consume it all. But first off, I want us to talk about few things that are important for your business to grow. You need to do bookkeeping. It's very, 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 very important. Bookkeeping, so you can track your cash flow of how your income comes in and what you are spending it on. Things that do not make a business thrive. If you don't keep records, if you don't have financial records of your business cannot thrive. No matter how small scale or large the business is, once you cannot keep track of, okay, this is how much is coming in, this is how much we are spending, then you cannot thrive. Because at the end of the day, you spend the money on frivolous things, unconscious things. Then you also need to learn how to price your product right. You need to, this person is charging so amount for this service does not mean you else what you use differ. So you don't know why this person is charging this amount. So you cannot just follow their template. Then without checking whether they need that thing at a particular, you just saying, okay, I think this is the next thing I need for my business without checking that, okay, oh, this is what I need next to scale up the business. If you just keep on spending the money as it comes, the first thing you get, okay, let's say for an example now, I'm a fruitarian, and then I make hair, an hairdresser, I work from the hostel, I do not charge, I do not pay rent, I do not, no electricity bill, there's no bill coming in because I'm practically working from where I stay. That is my profit, the whole of my profit is my profit. I'm not supposed to be charging as much as those outside, so to say. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? In the process of trying to build an empire, so to say, you don't chase out your customers because you want to imitate pricing. I'm trying to buttress the fact that you do not imitate pricing. Go back to your workbook and work on your pricing. Also, determine what you need per level. As you grow in business, you will know that, okay, these are my priorities. This is what I need to scale to the next level. I also want to talk about taking loans. Now, for some business, you actually do need loans. But it's not that when you now take the loan, you do not concentrate on what you need it for. You just, the way it came, this need arose as it came, you used it for it. That one came, you need it for it. When you are taking loan, you focus on what you need the loan for. And also, you don't take loans that are more than your cash flow. In fact, when I was starting out, my level mates were my loan. I belong to God's Heritage family. When I wanted to, my bakery is inside Futa, yeah? It's inside Jibowu Hostel. When I was going to get that place in 300 level, I've owned that place that was in 300 level. I told my level mates, I need funds. But we don't have money. Okay, you give me 1K. You give me 1K. And we are 120 in my level. So as everybody was giving me 1K, I was keeping it somewhere. I didn't blow it up as it came. And when they come back to school now, they are proud to come to check on me at the bakery because the place is not where they left it. Yes, they were my first source of income. So also then your level mates they have your money with them. I remember GS Olamide was telling me then that they have your money with them. Collect your money from them. Why? Everybody will bake for their birthdays now. Somebody, you will do birthday, you will get married. Most of my customers are, okay, I have a wedding today. I've gone to set up the cake this morning before coming here, and I'm going back there when I leave here now. This person finished from Futa. We stayed in Jibowu together. That was how she knew me. So, though indeed, networking is key. Your attitude towards people goes a long way. So, I know that your money is with me. I mean, my money is with you. Then, as startups too, you don't need staffs that you cannot employ, that you cannot afford to pay. I tell those that work with me that I can't afford to employ them yet because I cannot pay less than minimum wage. One issue we have in Nigeria right now is people want cheap labor. Imagine you taking a house help and you are paying 15K. For why? Why exactly? For my kind of person, personally, I would not take a staff that I cannot pay minimum wage. So if I cannot pay you minimum wage, then until I can pay you minimum wage. So you do not have, and then when you are starting up too, it's fine, you will need hands. You can get help from people around you. Starting out, Timothy does my graphics design. Timothy was my level mate. He still does design for me from time to time. If I need help, I'll reach out to him. He will help me out with it. I wasn't paying him in cash, but one way or the other, I was paying for the service, directly or indirectly. We were both benefiting from our relationship. Just as you have people, in fact, we have someone that will just help you make your end the hostel, and maybe you are just helping out one way or the other in the person's life too. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Do you get me? You are not getting me. What I'm trying to say is that you don't have to pay for everything. Simple. You don't have to pay for everything. Spend so much, don't spend too much on things you don't need, that I have said. But the things you need is to spend money on is acquiring customers, because that's the only way you will keep your business afloat, on acquiring customers. Now the trend now is social media influencing. You have people around you that are good at it. Get someone to help out with it. Okay, let me focus more on importance of business in business finance in an organization. It affects the survival and profitability and growth of the firm. Your decision-making quality increases, for instance, launching a new product or services. You determine your cash needs. You can calculate from your profit and know whether it is worth it or not. How many of the items you need to sell to recover your investment. If you have cash problems, you will know ahead of time, and you can determine the cheapest and safest place to get funds from. That's what bookkeeping does for you. Bookkeeping helps you know that, okay, I'm making sales in this aspect. I need to cut down on this aspect. With your cash flow, you'll be able to plan and forecast. With your cash flow, you'll be able to understand your pricing, your planning. Then also, budgeting is very, very, very important. When you are preparing your pricing, you should note that you have direct costs and indirect costs. Your direct costs now, say probably I'm a shoe vendor, I make shoes. My direct cost will be my raw materials, like the leather and co. Then my indirect cost will be electricity. Definitely, I cannot be sewing with my hand all the time for me to get a neat job. Abi? Okay, so you have to include all those things. You break it down in units so that you do not run at a loss. The bedrock of every business, is your bookkeeping. It's very, very important. You cannot play with it. And then for your business to also thrive, for you to be able to manage your business, you need to know your business model, know who you are selling to. All these things are important. So we have fixed costs, we have the variable costs. Am I making sense? Just a minute. Budgeting is the process of planning, allowing, and allocating financial resources to different areas of the business. If you do not budget what you need per time, you might just be buying things you don't need per time. Then you also have to do financial reporting. This will help you track your income and track your expenditure. You also need to know about risk management, because every business has its own risk. And then it's not all your income as they come in that you spend it. You have to have savings. It's very, very, very important. You cannot overemphasize that, because there are times when you float only on your savings. There are times business is like this. It cannot always go like this. When I started out, I had projections in my head that this was what I was going to earn, this was what I was going to be, that was that. But God will have it. Things didn't go out as planned for the first 1 year, but later things picked up. So it was the savings I had beforehand that I was using to run things. So it's not like when you receive income now, when you work, the first thing you get as a lady is to get a new bag or get a new shoe. You have to be conscious that if you want your business to grow, just as you are making the money, you are inputting it back in the business. Fine, there's room for you to take 1 or 2 to get things for yourself, but it's not with everything. If you eat with your 10 fingers, as Yoruba adage says, that the first money that a child makes, use it to eat akara. That is, you consume the whole money without looking back. So that is not advisable as a business. You save for rainy days. That's that. I've explained why you need to keep financial records. So for records to keep as a business, you keep your customer list, you keep your sales log, your inventory, and your business expenses. Your customer list are those patronizing you, so that you can reach out at the end of the day to say thank you for keeping us in business, new month messages here and there. Because without all those, at times they will just forget that you are there. Then your sales log is to help you keep track of how much is coming in, and also to keep dates, so to say. For my kind of business now, I work with dates, to keep dates, so that next year I can remember that, okay, this particular person is doing so and so at this time, and reach out for sales. Then inventory consists of the products you have in stock, the date you purchase them, the purchase cost and quantity, so that you can know how far. Like, okay, for example, now using gas, there's really no how to measure your gas. At times you just discover that gas has finished. Because there's no how to really take note of it. But if by the time you are going to fill it, okay, I'm going to fill 3 kg, and I write down the date I bought it, and I'm able to keep track, and then, okay, this is when it's finished. Then the next time I'm filling, I write that date again. I'll be able to keep track of what I'm using it for and how long it can stay, so it won't just get exhausted in between jobs like that. So, sorry, that is also very important. Your business expenses would help you know when the product you have is about getting consumed, when you're about finishing what you have, so that you can always restock. Starting out at Jibo, I leveraged on my friends. Even up until now, I leverage on them. So leverage on your friends. They are your first contact when it comes to business. At the same time, do not sell on credit. Because when you keep on accumulating credit and there's no return, there's no how the business will not pack up at the end of the day, because you keep dishing out but nothing is coming in for you to say, okay, this is what I gained and this is what I did not gain. Also, I want to talk about